Hello everyone and welcome back to the Empire Build Academy. I'm Fabian and today I want to look at defence on Evony. Now before jumping into this, I wanted to just have a quick chat about what I'm trying to do here with the Empire Build Academy. And the idea is I'm going to be playing these games from almost a beginner perspective with not much idea as to what's going on. Do a little bit of research, make a video, make a post, and then allow us all to interact to actually get the correct information. And that's what I've done today with the defense side of things, building a resilient keep. I found some information through Discord, through speaking to people on the Alliance and on the game. Also looking at various sources as well across the website. There's plenty of good websites out there as well. And I've also looked at that. And then what I've done there is I've actually created a post which you can actually find right now on my empirebuildacademy.com website, where it breaks all this down, but it doesn't mean that it's 100% correct. And what I mean by that is this information that I've gathered, put together, rejigged, put the post out, some of that information might not still stand. Some of that information I might have misunderstood and not got it correct. So that's what I want to do today. I want to jump through the defence, speak about the information I found, talk about it in this video, and then anything that I have got wrong or misunderstood can be dealt with in the comments below the video. So if you're watching this video and actually you hear something I say and you go, that's not quite right, put it in the comments. Let's get this video correct so that I can update that information on the blog post so that we have the correct information. So the first thing I'm going to do is jump over to the game. Here we are. Now this is where I want to show you where I've actually gone wrong, because I didn't really know what I was doing. I still don't. But what I have done, and this is what I want to show you. So I've got my barracks, I've got my archers, I've got my stables, and I've got my siege. I believe personally, after the information I've looked at today, that I have built my layers and troops for my keep wrong. That's what I genuinely believe, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm mounted defence, most of us are. That's what we tend to do because of Queen Boudica. So going into my mounted troops, let me just show you what I mean. So I've got 216 million T1. I think that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's where you're supposed to be. Then I've got 74 million T2, 25 million T3, 1 million T4, and then we move on up with random amounts of tiers. And that's where I don't think it's right. I think I've made a mistake with how many of these I've done. I'll go more into that in a little bit, but let's have a look at the other ones as well. So going on to ranged, well, let's go all the way down to the bottom. 77 million, I think that's wrong from what I've been reading. And I'll go again more into that in a little while. 14 million T2, 3 million T3, 1.5 million 4, going up again. I've literally gone with the thought process of, oh, just build 1 million, 1.5 million of each troop. Again, the information I've read today is telling me I've probably done that wrong. Let's go ground. Now this one definitely says that I'm wrong. I've built 77 million T1, and you'll understand what I'm saying when I think I've built too many, because from the information I've read today and how I've understood it, your ground should be the minimum, but it will all make more sense in a minute. And then siege, I've definitely done wrong, because you shouldn't really have much siege at all, and I haven't, but I still think I've got too many at different layers. So where's this information coming from? Well, like I say, I've been scouring the internet, I've been looking through Discord, various different pieces and sources of information, and this is what I've brought it down to. So the T1 mounted trap keep is a proven defence, and even an 800 million power keep can repel tax 5 to 10 billion power castles. So this is what it says: troop limits, cap mounted. Your cap mounted troops above T4 at 5,000 per tier. So they're saying, if I'm reading this right, above T4 I should only have 5,000 of each tier until I get to the high tiers that I need for monsters and joining PvP. So at tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 5,000. Am I understanding that right? If I'm not, speak to me in the comments. So it says that for siege, it says build enough to aid defence, e.g. 20,000 per tier, more for lower tiers, less for higher, without drawing attack. So let me read that again. For siege, build enough to aid defence, e.g. 20,000 per tier, more for lower tiers, less for higher. So 20,000 for each tier, and that should be getting less as you move on up. Then it says core troops. Focus on T1 mounted, ranged, and minimal ground. That was the bit that I've come across there. So again, looking at my ground, this is not good because it says minimal ground. Let's carry on. Enemies mounted or ground troops engage your T1 mounted wall without reaching your range due to range and movement dynamics. Enemy ranged target your mounted until they're gone, sparing your ranged unless siege or counterattacks intervene, e.g. your ranged firing back at enemy archers. Build layers, now this is the bit we need to listen to, build layers 50,000 ranged, 5,000 ground and 10 million T1 mounted per layer. Okay, so we'll listen to that again. 50,000 range, 5,000 ground, 10 million T1. This is for T1. Repeating until you hit 500,000 ranged, 50,000 ground, 50,000 ground, and 100 million T1 mounted. And then, once you've done this, so again, I should have 100 million T1 mounted, I should have 50,000 ground, and 500,000 for ranged. Then, add an additional 150 million T1 mounted, 25 million T2 mounted, 10 million T3, 5 million T4, and then boost your top ranged for offence. So going on that, and I really want people to speak, I don't mind getting things wrong, because at the end of the day, if I'm getting things wrong to allow other people to correct me, then we're all going to be doing the right thing. And that's the important thing for me and the Empire Build Academy. So, on that basis, this is the bit that I want people to comment on as well. A, have I built too many troops at too many different tiers across all 4 of my different troop types? I think so. Secondly, my power. Let's go back to my power. 3.6 billion is my power. If I was to reduce that to what this is saying, then my power would be significantly lower, which would then in turn probably encourage more solo attacks against me, which would also aid me in healing speed ups, resources and soul when being zeroed. That's my thought process. That's what I'm thinking today after everything I've read. If I haven't got that right, again, tell me. Tell me in the comments. Tell me what I should be doing, how I should be doing it. But from reading that, I should have 250 million T1. I should have 25 million T2, 10 million T3, 5 million T4, and then layers of 500,000 range, 50,000 ground, and very minimal siege. That's what I believe. Moving on to the next bit, gear and refines. Gear trumps all, but refines are king. Avoid the choreo set. Too late, I've already done it. Opt for conquest civilization gear like Augustus leg armour, top pick, and Bourbon bracers, emphasising ranged attack debuffs and mounted HP. Refine with flat numbers, not percentage, on mounted stats. For example, T1 mounted base HP is 1000. Max percentage refines 30% across 8 slots yield 3,400 HP per troop. Flat refines 2,000 per slot reach 17,000 HP. A 13,600 HP gap per troop, ballooning to trillions with millions of troops. Sub-cities and generals prioritise Russian sub-cities for attack debuffs. I think many of us do. Use accessible sub-city generals like Baldwin. I have a few of him. Hojo, I think I've got 2 of him. Mark Antony, I've got 1. Andy Jackson, I don't have him. There's other ones I have. Actually, let me have a look. Generals, where am I going? I'm going over here. Let's take off the hearts, go to some subs. So I've got Baldwin, Hojo, Mark, Hojo. I've got 3 Hojos. Darius, Baldwin, and Mark. Oh, and now I've got Narcissus, I remember that. I've now got Narcissus as well, who's only 4-star. Let's change that. I've only just got him, that's the reason why he's like that. Okay, so he's now 5-star. Fantastic. We've got that done. So pretty decent with the subs. I think I'm okay on that. And it also says here, if you can get Sim on, get him. Pay to win general. So that's not something I have. That's not something I'm very likely to get. So thankfully I've got these other ones that I can use. Staff robe. Focus on stars, specialities and archer gear with ranged attack debuff rings. The other thing that it says is, which we all know, gear is irrelevant, don't use it. Wall generals, Queen Boudica is ideal. Reason she's ideal is because she's very accessible and easy to max at red stars. Equip her with the Civilization and Path Archer gear. Your assistant should be a top-mounted general with 50% buff active anytime, not just while attacking. Gear doesn't count, but covenants and specialities do. So having a look at that, use what you've got. I believe I've got the best option from everything I have. Currently, she's in there, but let's just change her. So that's who I normally have there, but we'll switch that back for now. But I think Brock is fine. Again, be good for other people if anyone's spoke in the comments about who would be best to use as an assistant for Queen Boudica on the wall. What options do you use? What options are good for free to play? What options are good for the pay to win? So that's that. Now this last bit is a bit misleading. I'm not sure how I understand this. Buffs and misconceptions. Buffs and debuffs, there's 18 in total, are critical, boost mounted stats and debuff the enemy ranged attack. Some claim percentages don't matter for T1 track keeps. They're wrong. Flats dominate, but a 700% HP boost, which is achievable, adds 7,000 HP per troop, stacking with flats for even more resilience. So they are saying on that basis, let's go across to Queen Boudica. Here she is. So that's mounted troop attack, that's mounted troop defense, mounted troop defense. So are they saying on that basis that I shouldn't use flats for HP, I should use percentage? Because that's what it sounds like. But I'm under the impression that flats were the thing that you use for everything. So should our HP, only HP, be percentage based and not flat? And then I've got more mounted troop HP, and then I've got the attack, which is perfectly fine. So yeah, that's the question there. These two here, I've got two pieces of equipment here. Should they be percentage, not flat? Let me know again in the comments. And that's pretty much short video. Gives us a little overview on what I've read, what I've understood, how I've wrote it out, ready for a post. Probably got some things wrong, but that's fine. I don't mind being the person that gets things wrong to allow others to get things right. I've already made mistakes. You've seen that from the amount of troop tiers I have. I'm still thinking that these troop tiers need to go. I've got too many of them. Let's have a look at that again, actually. This is my ground. I've got way too many ground. Way too many based on what I've just read, the information I've just read. And as I said, if I got rid of these, which would obviously hurt my feelings a little bit because it's wasted resources, I'm certainly not doing that until I've heard some stuff back from this particular video. But if it means that actually that's what you should be doing because it's non-beneficial to have those extra troops, you only need the layers of 5,000, 50,000, whatever it is, very minimal, then I'll get rid of these. It will save me soul, it will save me resources, it will save me speed ups, and it will make me a more ideal attack for the solos. Suddenly my power would probably shoot down to 2 billion, 2.5. I don't know what it dropped down to be honest. It probably dropped down quite a lot, but it will certainly make me more a target that people will think I'm an easy target. My buffs and debuffs are quite good. So that's the question that I want from this video today. The question is, should I get rid of all those additional troops that I don't need? Yes, I know I've spent the resources and it's a shame, but am I going to benefit in the long run with what I save and the attacks that I could potentially get? That's the end for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in another video very, very soon.